Hello children, I hope you are all happy and safe. Welcome to this special English hour. Here, every day, we will learn something new in a fun and interesting way. Are you ready to have fun? Okay, then let's start our day with a quick tongue twister. Children, now let's start our day with a quick tongue twister. Do you know what a tongue twister is? Okay, then let me tell you. Please repeat the sentence that I will be saying now. Susie works in a shoe shine shop. Susie works in a shoe shine shop. Susie works in a shoe shine shop. Now do you know why it's called a tongue twister? So children, let's say this sentence 5 times and let's say it a little faster. Susie works in a shoe shine shop. 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 Were you all able to say it right? I believe some of you may have fumbled. Even I, when I started learning this tongue twister, used to fumble many times. But then I finally got it right with practice. Children, if you enjoyed this tongue twister, please share it with your friends. Children, now I would like to ask you a few questions. Let us share our thoughts and ideas. Children, do you like to play games? I'm sure most of us love to play games. Children, can you tell me the names of a few games that we can play indoors, that is inside our home? Games that we can play inside our home are called indoor games. Some of the games are Ludo, chess, marbles and cards that we can play with inside our house. Children, now can you name a few outdoor games? Games that we play outside our house. Children, there are lots of games that we can play outside our house, like hide and seek, kho-kho, kabaddi, cricket, etc. Children, can you tell me why do we like to play games? We like to play games because they help us stay fit and active. We also enjoy the time that we spend with our friends and with our team. Children, can you tell me which is your favorite game? My favorite game is Kho-Kho. I love playing Kho-Kho. I have also represented my school in this game. Children, let's learn a little bit more about games today. Children, while learning a language, it is very important that we keep learning new words. Now, I would like to share with you a few new words. Please note them down in your notebook and listen to me carefully. We will come across these words in the lesson that we'll be reading today. The first word is riddles. 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 The second word is opponent. 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 The third word is vacant. 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 The fourth word is magazine. 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 The fifth word is invent. 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 So children, let me repeat the words once again for you. Riddles, opponent, vacant, magazine, invent. Children, please look out for these words while we are reading the lesson and try to guess their meaning. Give your mind a workout. The proverb, a sound mind in a sound body, simply means that one's body and mind should both be kept fit and healthy. We need a healthy diet and proper exercise to keep our body fit. What do we do to exercise our mind? The answer is quite simple. Just as we work out or play games for physical exercise, we can use puzzles, riddles, board games, jokes, etc. to exercise our mind. Let us look at some interesting examples of games, puzzles, riddles and fun facts. We should keep our mind and body both fit. To exercise our mind, we can play a few games such as puzzles, board games, riddles, etc. Today, we are going to learn about a few games. 9 Men's Morris. This game is played with 2 players. Each player has 9 pieces. 1 set black, 1 set white. You may simply draw the board as shown alongside and use buttons, beads, seeds, etc. as pieces. The players take turns to place their pieces. Men in the empty spots, one at a time. If you are able to place 3 men in a row or column, you form a mill. Then you can remove one of your opponent's men. You cannot remove men in your opponent's mill unless he or she has no other men left on the board. Children, this is the game 9 Men's Morris. It requires 2 players. Each player has 9 pieces. Each player plays with 1 set of 9 pieces. You can also play this game. All you need to do is draw this diagram, and you can use buttons, beads to play this game. The players take turns to place their pieces in the empty spots. These are the pieces. These pieces are called men. One by one, the player places the men. If the men are all placed in a single row like this or a column, then it's called a mill. When one player forms a mill, that player can remove the opponent's men. But the player that forms the mill cannot remove the men from the mill formed by the opponent player unless there are no other men left. Once you have placed all your men on the board, you can start moving them only to an adjacent empty spot. If you have only 3 men left, they can fly. That is, they can move to any vacant spot on the board. If a player has less than 3 men left or is unable to make a move, he or she loses the game. Once you have placed all your men on the board, you can only move them to an adjacent empty spot. So that means once this player places all his men on the spots, then the men can only move to an adjacent spot, that is, something right beside it. If the player has only 3 men left, then they can fly. That is, they can move to any other spot on the board. If a player has less than 3 men left and is unable to make a move, he or she loses the game. Find out how to play other simpler games like tic-tac-toe, dots and boxes, etc. and also other board games. You can also invent your own board games. A math magic trick. Take any 3-digit number in which the first and the last digits differ by 2 or more. For example, 145. Write the number in reverse order, which is 541. Now subtract the smaller of the two numbers from the bigger one. The difference is 396. Now reverse this number. You get 693. Add these two numbers. The result is 1089. No matter which 3-digit number you start with, the result is always 1089. Try this trick with your friends or family members and Surprise them by telling the answer yourself. A puzzle. Pintu invited 10 of his friends for a birthday party. He had 10 pencils in a box. He gave each of his friends one pencil as a gift. After that, there was one pencil in the box. How did that happen? Jokes. Teacher, Nina auntie gave you and your younger sister a guava and asked you to share it equally. How much of the guava will you get? Ananya, all of it. My younger sister doesn't like guavas. Teacher, Saurav, tell me, who makes changes in his environment? Saurav, sorry madam, but I didn't do anything. Children, I hope you all enjoyed today's session. It's now time to sit back and relax while I tell you a wonderful story. Children, today we spoke about lots of indoor games. I'm sure we all like to play indoor as well as outdoor games. Children, like us, the animals also love to play games. Would you like to know which is their favorite game? Then come, today I'll be telling you the story Hide and Seek, written by Alicia Berger. Rhino is very shy. She only plays by herself near the lake. Gecko decides to trick her. He asks all the animals to take part in it with him. Rhino calls Gecko. He says, "Come, let's play hide and seek, and we will decide who gets to hide first by playing rock, paper and scissors." All the animals know that Rhino with her big feet can only make paper. So, all of them show the scissor symbol and win. Now, Rhino has to play the seeker in the game of hide and seek. All the animals start looking for a place to hide. They all ask each other, "Where should we hide now?" Everyone quickly hides so that Rhino can't find them. Rhino closes her eyes and counts 5, 10, 15, and when she counts till 100, then she opens her eyes. She sees no one around and thinks, "How will I find them now?" Rhino goes looking for everyone. Then she spots the monkey sitting on the tree. She calls out to the monkey, "Monkey, I caught you. I can clearly see your long tail." Then she sees the squirrel in the trunk of the tree. She tells the squirrel, "There you are, squirrel. I can see your long and fluffy tail." The rabbit hides in a cave nervously. The hedgehog had covered herself with flowers. Rhino finds both of them and says, "Rabbit, hedgehog, how can you all hide in such obvious places?" She caught them immediately. The snail slowly crawls under the leaf, and the parrot hides at the top of the tree. But its wings are so colorful and bright that no one can miss him. Rhino finds half of the animals. The silky deer hides between the leafless trees. The big bear tries to hide behind the rocks. All the other animals and Rhino have a good laugh. Rhino tells them, "I can see you clearly there." The turtle hides inside her shell, trying to pretend to be a rock. And the frog hides between the bushes. Rhino finds both of them. Rhino finds all the animals except Gecko. Everyone teases Rhino, saying, "You'll have to look very hard." Rhino has looked for Gecko everywhere. Soon, her feet are worn out and she is tired. Rhino feels very tired. She sits down and is trying not to cry. All the other animals feel bad for her. They ask her, "Do you want a hint?" Rhino says, "No, I don't want anyone's help. Gecko may be good at hiding, but I will find him." Gecko now bows down her head and stares into the lake. And then she says, "Gecko, I've found you." Gecko grins and says, "I stuck to your horn all this time. Pretty genius, huh?" Rhino no longer feels shy now. Now she tells all the other animals, "Now I will hide and you have to find me. I already know where I'm going to hide." Children, I hope you all like the story of the rhino and her friends. They all play hide and seek together. Children, isn't it wonderful how Rhino, who was first shy, now no longer was shy and wanted to play with all her friends? Children, I hope you all liked today's session. I would now request you all to please make some time and try these games that we learned today with some of your friends and family. Children, till we meet next time, please take care. Bye-bye and stay safe.